Hey, good morning, guys. It's Tuesday, so that's the Tuesday supplement. Just a quick look back on Sunday's game against Manchester United, and obviously, just as I've been up this morning, I've seen that Sky News have been reported that Ancelotti could be installed as the new Everton manager by at least Thursday, going into the weekend's game against Arsenal. More on that, obviously, as time goes on during the day, and obviously, if it gets announced by the club itself. Just a quick look back on Sunday's game. First of all, many thanks to the. I actually lost count in trying to count them. So many were there on Sunday, and a great turnout, and great to see some of the families there as well enjoying the day. So the rest of the kids got to get their little selection boxes. The game itself started off very, very well. I think, to be perfectly honest, I think we were all, when we saw the team come out, we didn't really know what position, what formation we were going to take, and it looks as if we were going to start with a five defence, but ended up going into a 4-4-2, with Mason Holgate playing in centre mid, and I know. I'm trying to think who got man in the match off the top of my head, but I think Mason Holgate would have been very, very close to getting that as well, because he did extremely well. Um, did we get lucky with the goal? I'd say 60-40, yes, because I think if it was up the other end and, the arm was raised and it was in Pickford's face, we probably would have been shouting. We know when VAR came up that it shouldn't have been given. But the reason why I say it's 60-40 for yes is the fact that at no point in time did DCL take his eye off the ball. So when the corner came in, you could see him. He never saw De Gea behind him or beside him. He never saw him. So when he went up, he wasn't expecting De Gea to be there. So that's why I say it. I can see why. It was given as a goal, and VAR just they didn't disallow it. It was such a shame we didn't hold on until the end. Unfortunately they did equalise. In my match preview, I did say I would expect it was going to be a 1-1. So at least I did have the correct score. But that's let's hope going into Wednesday's game, obviously the quarter-final game against Leicester City, that we have some of the players back, likes of Gylfi Sigurdsson hopefully will be back, as well as Sidibe, as both of them missed Sunday's game with illness. I don't believe we're going to have Walcott back for a couple of weeks, same with Schneiderlin. Fabian Delph is still not ready, and obviously the long-term injuries to Gabaman and Gomez, we're going to be missing them. So it's from that point of view, it doesn't look like Gabaman's going to really get his Everton career really going until probably more or less the end of the season, because it doesn't look like we're not hearing news on when we. Sometimes we hear news he might be back in January, and that news has kind of gone quiet. So you're kind of wondering, okay, how serious is this injury that he has? The other small topic for Tuesday was the strange substitution by Duncan Ferguson. Obviously, after he brought on Moise Keane, 18 minutes or so later, he takes him off. I know he came out after the game and did say he was trying to run down the clock as well, which is very honest, but we all know every single club does that. Substitutes get used to run down the clock. Was he correct to take him off is a different thing. It's a strange enough, he started up front, and then I think it was the final substitution. Then I think it was when Richarlison went off. He was pulled out wide. So some reports are saying that he just wanted to use up time to bring on Nias for the last couple of minutes. Others are saying what was happening was he had given instructions to Moise Keane, and he didn't do those instructions. He just started playing his own way, and he kind of said, "Okay, I'm gonna haul him off." I suppose the disappointment thing from that from that little fiasco, I suppose you want to call it, is the fact that Duncan Ferguson didn't shake hands or didn't notice Moise Keane as he went off, and he took that lonely walk down the touchline straight down the tunnel. So what way do you read into that? Is that a case of sorry lad, but in January you're off back to Italy or whoever will take you, or does he go out on loan? Is he not happy at the club? Has he not picked up any English whatsoever? Is the language barrier still an issue? It's very, very hard one to call, but I think we all were very, very shocked when we saw that the substitute actually happened. as I said, that's just it's just a small video. This is from Sunday's reaction. I said once again, thanks to all the members who came out on Sunday. We are back in the Mercantile course on Wednesday evening for the Carabao quarter-final game against Leicester City. So let's hopefully we have a few of the numbers back for that game and get a bit more strength in midfield. Then again, Fergie, obviously, who was announced, I think it was yesterday, that he will be in charge for the game on Wednesday, regardless what happens. As I said at the start of the video, with this Ancelotti news seems to be coming out, he will be in charge for that game. So it could be a case where Ancelotti could be actually there on Wednesday and announced and shown off to the fans as the new Everton manager. Whether he's the man for the job, it's a very difficult one. His CV speaks for himself, as everybody says. He's won the Champions League. He's won the Premier League with Chelsea. At 60 years of age, is he a long-term solution for us? It's a difficult one to say, but with all the names that are mentioned and the possible, the more realistic interviewees, I suppose, that we have for the job, I think he actually is, the top of the list and top of most Evertonians list. When you look next down was David Moyes. I've said from the start, if it was a case of when he left originally to go to Manchester United, I don't care what any kind of the perfectionists say, or the pundits, when that he couldn't turn down the offer to go to Manchester United. Of course, he couldn't turn down the offer to Manchester United. It's the fact that if he come out at the start of the season and said at the end of the season, I'm going to Manchester United, I think as Everton fans we would have said thanks very much for the 11 years. Davy, and thanks very much. But the fact is, as far as I'm concerned, that deal was sorted before the season started, and it just the atmosphere, I suppose, wasn't there. So then, obviously, the whole thing of trying to get Fellaini and Baines on the cheap as well when he was at Manchester United. So I think it's a case of been there, done that. He had his 11 years, and some people are saying, okay, yeah, we'll give him a chance because this time have money. Well, he had money in Manchester United and it didn't work out for him. Now, obviously, from that point of view, it was a hell of a pair of shoes to fill from Sir Alex. But anyway, that's it for the Tuesday supplement. We shall see you on Wednesday for the game against Leicester City. So take care and keep it. Don't forget to find us on YouTube, Facebook. Keep an eye on post on Instagram as well. And another reminder for Saturday's game against Arsenal that Farah and Michael again will be on hand between 12 and 5 p.m. So until then, we'll talk to you later. Have a good day, guys.